Hello, my name is Anthony Abbatangeli. I am a professional jazz guitar player. I live in Toronto, Ontario. I play gigs around Toronto and Southern Ontario. And I've been teaching for 27 years. One of the things I do as a jazz guitar player is I host a jazz jam weekly at one of the downtown clubs here in Toronto. And I think that one of the areas where most sort of beginner or semi-pro people need help is they know some chords, they know some scales, and they just need to get over that hump to get into what is it going to be like to get up on stage and play at a jam, or get together with some people and make something that sounds like jazz. So I've taken the song Autumn Leaves, and I'm going to focus on the first A section for now, the first 8 bars, and build a couple of different very simple solos around those 8 bars. And I'm also going to take a look at the chords for Autumn Leaves, and we're going to start from very simple ways of playing those chords and then jazz them up, or we'll get more complicated as the lesson goes along. If you want to look me up, my website is doubleajazz.com. That's spelled www.doubleajazz.com. Alright, and the lesson is going to go something like this. Alright, for this lesson we're going to talk about improvising over Autumn Leaves, a simple jazz song. It's in the key of E minor or G, which are both relatively the same thing. They have, it's a different tonal center, but it's all one scale. And I'm going to talk about a couple of different approaches for creating a simple improvisation over this song. I'm also going to take a look at the chords and give you maybe half a dozen ways of playing the chords through the changes as well. First thing we need to do is learn the song. I always say if you don't know the melody and you don't know the chords, you don't know the song. You have to know the melody and you have to know the chords. So I'm going to take a look at this A section. First time through I'm going to play the melody. Second time through I'm going to play the chords. And if you don't already know the chords and melody to this song, I'm going to suggest you learn it. That will help you with the rest of this lesson. So I'll do the melody first. And now chords. Alright. So the very first improvisation we're going to look at is going to take a close look at the melody. You might have heard people say things like you play around the melody or you play around with the melody. I'm going to show you what that really means. If you take a look at the melody, there are some notes that are more important than others, and I'm going to call those important notes target notes. That C is a target note. B is a target note. A is a target note, and E. So those target notes once again are C, which comes up in the first bar, B comes up in the third bar, A comes up in the fifth bar, and E comes up in the seventh bar. Those are going to be my targets. What I'm going to do is create a very simple improvisation, but I'm going to keep those notes, those 4 notes, right where they were. So when I get to the 3rd bar, I'm going to play a B. When I get to the 5th bar, I'm going to start, anyways, with an A, and so on. You'll hear what I mean. Here's my C. B, A, E. I'll do another one. C, B, A. I took what the song was giving me. The song gave me the 4 most important notes, and I just built around that. Now, if you're asking what do you mean by that? Well, I said earlier that the song is in the key of E minor or G major, which are both basically the same thing. And when I played the melody, I played it here in the 5th position. And sometimes I'll even play it in the 7th position. That means I've already figured out in those 2 positions how to play my G scale. So if I can already play my G scale, those are the notes I'm going to use, emphasizing those target notes that I already talked about. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to take a closer look at the exact fingerings that I'm using. Everything is in this G scale, and I'm going to focus on those target notes. Here I go with that C. B, A, E, another E for fun, C, B, A. So there's the very first, that should be your first approach to improvising over a melody. Just taking the notes that the song gives you, take a look at the scale that the song is in, or the key that it's in, and build something around that.